Welcome to Table Talk Friday, your weekly dose of D&D banter between three men in a bedroom. If you like their style, come back every Friday for another upload. Now, back to the boys.
Drew, we just both went through and watched the Gamescom showcase trailer that they showed for Warlock, Dungeons and Dragons. So why don't you go ahead and give me your base level thoughts, because I've had some thoughts for a few days because it happened a few days ago, but you just watched it like seconds ago.
Yes, just finished watching. I actually have it playing on loop over here just so I get another little bit of a visual, the volume down. But I gotta say, I really wasn't sure when you said you wanted me to take a peek at this. Right? I'm thinking, oh god, it's gonna be another Baldur's Gate, And we've talked about it on the podcast before. A lot of people like Baldur's Gate. I'm just
Game of the year, 2024. Everyone loves
I respect it. I respect it.
2023.
By no means, I'm not gonna crap on you if you like the game. It's a good game. It's just not for me. But this game, Warlock, looks crazy cool. Okay, I feel like they're making a 2024. What?
I think it was 2024. Game of the year 2024. When it
came out?
No, Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I was trying to remember which year it came out because it was Game of the Year that year. Anyways, keep going on about Warlock.
What I do know is that Doom wasn't Game of the Year that year, so that's just a horrible crime. But Warlock looks crazy cool. First of all, right off the bat, they have this cool little monologue between these two chicks that are super badass, clearly. She, again, in the Baldur's Gate fashion, flicks this thing into people's eyes. I don't know what this fetish is with people doing things in each other's eyes, but whatever. But super cool, super badass, gets me immediately sucked in of going, okay, who is this Warlock? What kind of Warlock is she? What is she doing, right? And pretty quickly, we're starting to solve a few puzzles. We're going down the road. There's some creepy bandit guy. We're burning things. We got lightning powers. I don't know what kind of Warlock she is. Zero clue. There was an imp there.
She's definitely got to be a hexblade the way she was just fighting.
But she's got a familiar. I guess anybody can have a familiar if they cast.
No, she didn't have a familiar. She was speaking to the imp.
Oh,
and there was a bunch of imps because the imp was like, blah, blah, you're freaking blah, blah. And then she was like, stay out of it, imp, basically.
Stay out of it, boy. I feel like he could be just the annoying sidekick you have for the whole. He's just
but he wasn't there in that second half of the trailer. So I think that was just because they had a bunch of imps flying around in that city.
That's true. Maybe she's made a quick friend. But this girl, badass as hell. Okay, it felt a little slow in some of the combat situations, but I gotta say, badass as hell. I just want to play this game right now. I don't normally watch trailers and think I want to jump right into this. I'm super cheap. First of all, I'm not gonna buy this game when it comes out new anyway. But watching this, I absolutely have to play this game. It's super cool. I want to watch you play it, as a matter of fact. Back in the day, we talked about the podcast before. You would play games I would watch, stuff that I didn't want to play, stuff that wasn't necessarily.
You would play Dead by Daylight, and then I chime in just when cutscenes and stuff would come up. You got to experience it like a movie while I played the game.
Exactly. This, I don't want to experience this like a movie. I actually want to play this.
You did play all of The Last of Us.
Well, Last of Us was a different scenario. You guys found out I hadn't played Last of Us and gasped, and then the next day or whenever we decided to do this, I played through the entire game while you guys watched.
It was awesome.
Actively said, do you guys want to play? Oh, no, you okay, all right.
We were like, no, please, you do it.
Oh, and I'm so glad I did. It was so I still want to play through The Last of Us 2. I did watch you play that one. But I think I'd like to play maybe the remastered version or something. I don't know. But overall, I guess just general vibes. I want to find out how much of a villain I could become in this game. Because she looks evil. She looks badass. She's got all these crazy powers. I want to know if it's anything to do with like a D&D game, if an actual D&D Warlock, or if she's just crazy OP. I absolutely want to play this game. That is my
cool.
overview.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm glad you're that excited for it, because I was like, I think Drew would like this one more than he liked looking at at a Baldur's Gate, just because of the style of game it is. And I was excited for it. I was just like, oh, I've played a lot of games like this. I bet I would like it. And yeah, a lot of the powers and stuff she shows off really cool. She seems to have a lot of spells available to her.
A hell of a lot of spells, which is crazy because Warlocks are supposed to have what at max level 4?
Yeah, like four spell slots. But yeah, I mean, and this is an action RPG, so it's not, you're meant to be able to like recharge and do a lot of things. It's not supposed to work like D&D. But I'm excited to see what a character in the D&D world, which is one thing I want to go over, like can look like outside of the CRPG genre. I'm excited for it, but I'm a little like, because we actually got to see Fable, the new Fable, they showed it they showed another 20 or so minutes of gameplay a couple days ago. They showed like another 20 or so minutes of gameplay. That game looks like a dream. It looks so good. Just they walked through a city for a while. They did a couple of fights and things, and they had like a little boss fight against a really big beefy guy at the end. And it looks so cool. And it's also like that action RPG combat style. And Fable's combat did just look better. It's just not the D&D world. You know what I mean? And and I'm a person who's gonna play. I play like all the games that come out that I'm slightly interested in. I play through them. And so I'll probably end up playing this Warlock game, and I'll probably end up playing Fable when they come out. But I was really high on the Warlock thing, and then I saw the Fable trailer and was like, well, now I'm higher on this.
No, you thought it was that much cooler, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Fable is also just the kind of game that you can kind of live and breathe in. Like so the difference looks to me like Warlock is going to be maybe a 20-hour experience of like a linear story, which I'm down for. I'm always down for a linear story just to go through and experience it. Fable is like a big world you can experience for a long time. And you know me, I like to dive into a world. I like to do a lot of the stuff in it. Mass Effect is like my best example of like, that's the franchise I do all the side quests and stuff in. Every other game, I don't do all the side quests and everything in because usually it's so expansive that it burns me out. But like Mass Effect, I would drop another 100 hours right now to play through that again.
No, that's cool. Now, I don't understand the whole side quest thing because I have zero self-control. And so when I get into a game, regardless of how large the game is, I have to do all the side quests until I'm absolutely burned and I refuse to play the game anymore. So like, you know, you put me on the Far Cry, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I played, I think it was Far Cry 3 or 4.
Far Cry 3, it was 3.
3. And, you know, you'll probably enjoy it, you said, you know, you'll like, and I did. But I did every side quest, 100% of that game before I finished.
I did the main story for 10 hours and bumped out. I was done after that. I was like, main story.
You're a Far Cry poser,
it was like, oh, I want to quit. I've heard this game is great. And it was. I did a couple side quests. Like I did a couple of little hunting things and whatnot. But after that, I was like, I'm done, dude. I'm good. I'm just going to run through these last couple main quests and be done. Was I a little underpowered in the last couple of things? Abso-freaking-lutely, dude. I was trying to run through some enemies and just getting like shot down in a couple shots. And I was like, man, that was tough. But
it was still pretty tough. It was doing all the side quests. It was a pretty tough game.
Here's the problem, and here's maybe why you don't understand. Far Cry is a manageable number of quests. If I went back, I could probably finish all those side quests in 5 to 10 hours, right?
5 hours? You think so?
Yeah, I think I play games like dude, I play so many games. I've beaten 34 games this year.
You're insane. That's absolutely crazy.
Hey, listen, I'm a 100% disabled veteran. I have a lot of time on my hands.
But like, I just jumped into my second game of the year. But well, I guess you could put Dark Ages in there. So like, this is my third game of the year, and I'm stressed, and I don't know if it's like too fast. You know, I feel like I need to take more.
I play games like a speedrunner. I play games like I find the most efficient way to move around the world. I decide which quests are worth doing very early on, and I only do the ones that I'm like, I want to do these ones. I played all 3 of the Xenoblade games last year, which are some of the most gigantic, expansive RPGs on a Nintendo console. I played all 3 of them last year, and it's not because I couldn't spend 100 hours in each. It's because I found out I only had to spend 60. And because I was like, oh, these other quests are not worth it.
How do you know? How do you know
you play one or two of them?
You don't know.
No. You play one or two of them, and then when you see one that's that same kind of quest, you don't do it. I've played so many RPGs, Drew. You can't. No, they don't.
No,
they don't.
True.
Like in on like a game like Far Cry, it has an icon to show you what kind of quest it is. Like it literally is like, this is the kind of quest this is. Like in Xenoblade, I would see a hero quest, which meant it was going to have like some story things, but not to the main story, but it was going to expand on the world. Hero quests always do those things. If it's not a hero quest, don't touch it.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this into your peripherals here. What if, Seth, we're playing D&D?
Yeah.
Right. And you give us a side quest. Clearly, you know, we can pick up as a side quest, right? And I just don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to do your quest.
That's why it's a side quest. All of my quests are optional. If you guys decided to leave...
No. Because what if I could just pick up the vibe that it's similar as another? It's just kind of like that other quest. I'm just not...
I give you the option to do that.
What if I just don't want to
There's a reason I only write. There's a reason I only write 3 paragraphs of notes to start it out. Is because I come up with the ideas for these things, and you guys always bite. There's a reason your character died in the last campaign. It's because I explicitly said at the table, there's an optional thing if you go this way, but it's going to be really tough on you guys. You don't have to do it. And then your character died.
You know what I did? I did the right thing and took on every side quest possible. And I did. And I died. And I paid for it. But you know what? I went on the side quest. I gave it my best shot. As a gamer, as a D&D player, man, I dove deep. You got to go in, man. No one's like, oh, I don't want to do the side quest. You got to do all the side quests. I don't care what it is. If it's collecting 3 sheep and you're level 17, you go collect those sheep. You get the 3 gold.
I want to make a bet with you right now. Okay.
Right.
Let me think of it. Let me think of the exact game that I want to put on your radar, and then I'll think, because I need it to be like expansive enough. Because you can't play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is the one I'm thinking of.
Not playing Final Fantasy.
Well, it's not a turn-based thing. It would be like an action RPG, and so that's why I was thinking of that specific one. You just don't like the title. Though the Final Fantasy VII ones, the remakes, are freaking phenomenal, and they have a cast of characters that is akin to the Mass Effect cast of characters. I promise.
I doubt it, man. Mass Effect is way too good. Mass Effect is a staple.
You know, and I agree with you. Mass Effect is my favorite franchise, dude. I love that.
Dude, you started talking about Final Fantasy. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. I'm gonna fight him tooth and nail. I don't care if he makes logical sense or not. I'm gonna fucking tear this man apart right now.
Well, I want to look. I want to look. Okay. I mean, I can go into, say, like The Witcher 3 is a good example. That's a good one, actually. I will put.
See, I didn't like The Witcher though. I played it for a whole 20 minutes. Wasn't feeling.
You played it for 20 minutes, so they're actually doing. We can bring this up too because it's RPG adjacent. They're actually doing a not remastered. I don't want to call it remastered. They're doing an update, like a remastered version or an official version, a new version that includes both the DLCs. And it includes a ton of quality of life features that weren't in the game in 2015. So it is like a revamped version of the game that's just like better in all ways. And that they're doing that so people will jump in and play it before the DLC, because they're doing DLC 11 years after the game released to be like, hey, this is Geralt's final goodbye before The Witcher 4 comes out and we have a new protagonist.
Oh, they're getting rid of him? That's crazy.
Yeah, well, if you play the Witcher 3 story, you'll know why.
That's insane. They're just getting rid of was he the protagonist for the first 3 games?
Well, yeah, and all the books.
That's not.
But they're replacing him with a character just as good who you grow to love very much.
I see. So that makes me mad. Did you ever play? No. I gotta ask. Did you ever play Prototype?
No. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can picture the guy.
Yeah. Was it? I always think Matt Mercer, but it's not the case. It's Alex Mercer, I think it is. And you play through the whole game, and the character you start to love him, and he's going through all these hardships, blah blah. There's character growth, like saves the world, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. And then in the second game, they character assassinate him and just make you play this new character. And for some reason, I'm gonna throw a spoiler in there for anybody that hasn't played Prototypes. It's like 15 years old. But the second game, you play as this other character, and the protagonist for the first game, Alex Mercer, the guy you were and loved, is the villain now for no reason. Like, there was just, they took everything.
That is kind of crazy.
It didn't make any sense. So you have to fight him. And I remember the last fight going like, why am I doing this? I don't want to win this fight.
So Blood and Wine, the second DLC from The Witcher 3, is 30 to 40 hours of the best RPG anything I have ever seen. Like the best story, the best gameplay, the best like writing ever. In the world, like you play The Witcher 3 and most of the world looks kind of bleak and sad. Blood and Wine, you're in like a beautiful field countryside where they have vineyards and wine, and there's still monsters to fight and stuff.
It is. You feel kind of like the Warlock kind of trailer we were talking about, kind of like that farmy area.
Well, no, because Warlock looked bleak and sad, but which it's fine. That's the kind of style it's going for. No, like it looks really happy. It looks fairy tale adjacent, you know. And you get closure for Geralt in that DLC, and you've played 30 to 40 hours of DLC. So here's my challenge to you, is if you're like, oh, I could totally go through one of these RPGs you play, Seth, and play every single side quest and clear off the whole map, go ahead. Play The Witcher 3 and clear off every single point on the map. Go ahead.
Play The Witcher 3.
You would love it if you played it for a long time, but you have to like really be like, I'm committing myself to this for a month.
Month. See, but that would take with my Smite time is the problem.
No, it wouldn't. You take breaks you play Smite once a week, you said.
Yeah.
So
that's when I play my games. That's all I do. I don't play like war games in that.
So no, I think you should just play The Witcher now. But no. That's my challenge to you then is like, oh yeah, you want me to spend 400 hours playing the game that took me 70? So there you go. That's what you get for that.
I like that your wife Eric just walks by and just like shoots me a gang sign real quick.
So anyways, Warlock Dungeons and Dragons looks super cool. I'm into it, and I like the idea of them doing more projects like this. I'm a little bit nervous only because I don't know how well it's going to do commercially, and if this is going to be like a franchise or like a one-off or what.
Not one-off, get it? One-off.
Because I don't see a lot of people purchasing it, if you know what I mean. We interrupt this regularly scheduled broadcast to tell you about patreon.com/tabletalkfriday, where you can get post shows from the boys every single week. Sometimes they talk about their personal lives, sometimes they talk about gaming, and sometimes the conversation just continues where it left off. So go check out patreon.com/tabletalkfriday now.
So I don't see a lot of people purchasing it because it's D&D.
Right.
And maybe that's the wrong way to
I wouldn't buy the game at all if it wasn't D&D. Like full stop. If it wasn't in the D&D world, I would just play Fable.
I don't know. So it's hard because you already like pre-hyped me, right? Pre-hyped me, told me this thing was coming out, and I watched this video, right? And a part of the reason I do want to play it is because it's got the D&D name, which doesn't actually make any sense because I don't appreciate a lot of the other stuff that D&D's put out as of late. That's not why, it's not why I play D&D for the company or whatever it may be, or the DLCs or the books, blah, blah, blah. But I like to think I'd play this game regardless. I think it's kind of up my wheel well. It's not a multiplayer from what I can understand, which is my bread and butter a lot of the time. I don't play a lot of story games. And if I do play a story game, it's more open world, kind of Far Cry-esque, Ghost Recon, that kind of stuff.
Ubisoft slop.
Yeah, but I love it. Dude, there's something about. And I'll also hate on Ubisoft too, but there's something about when you look at one of these maps on a Ubisoft game and you see all the icons and you just think, I can clear all that out. I can get rid of all those little blue marks. It doesn't mean anything. But to me, clearing out the map, like just one piece at a time, one region and area, that's what it's about, man. It's just organization. I want an organizing game.
You're such a stepdad.
Why am I a stepdad?
It's like how you love Venom. Yeah,
it's great.
Because Venom is a stepdad movie.
No, it's not. Why is it a stepdad movie?
Because it's like a solid 5 or 6 out of 10, like on the actual movie quality scale. But it's enjoyable to like a stepdad. And I enjoy, like, I'll sit down and I'll be like, I'll watch this with like some popcorn or something, but I don't leave it with anything. I go, okay, Venom fought himself because they're all the same.
No, they're not. They're completely different.
Eddie. But that's literally, so that's what I'm saying with this is like I feel like Ubisoft and Bethesda games such as like Fallout, those are stepdad games. And I'm down for some stepdad games. Like I'm always in to play a stepdad game. I play a good bit of them. But that's what I'm saying that is you in a nutshell. You're a stepdad.
So I like stepdad games. That's my
it's like listening to Bare Naked Ladies, right? Like the band.
What is that? I've never heard that band before, so maybe I'm not a stepdad.
I'll send you a song. You're gonna love it.
Please send it to me. I'm gonna rave about how incredible this band is.
I'm gonna send you the album of theirs that I like, and you're gonna come back and be like, "Dang, I kind of like that music. I was bopping to it in the car."
Man, they should put that in a Venom movie. Like, holy crap!
It's not rock music. It's more of like I don't even know what to call it. I'll get back to you on that one. But
I learned something about myself today. Now, but here's my question to you though. So bring it back into D&D, right? I've played through 3 of your campaigns, or this is our 3rd campaign now. So, are your campaigns stepdad material? Is that what it is? Is that your demographic as a DM?
I don't think so. I think that they're adjacent, but I think that we also have some non-stepdad-esque characters that play in our games too. Like the whole party is not giving that energy. Only you.
What does that mean? I'm not. So I don't have a stepdad. I don't know stepdads, right? So like if I toss out like a thing, you guys tell me
it's like okay, no, here I'll
right?
set the scene. I'll set the scene. You're
Okay.
you're a guy, right? Just a dude, and you just married a woman who has kids, and you haven't related to these kids yet. And you're like, okay, we all live together. I need to finally, reach out. I need to kind of show them some things. And you sit down. You're like, hey guys, we're gonna do movie night tonight, and everybody's coming around, and they're like, oh, what are we watching? You're like, oh, we're watching my favorite movie, the movie that I love the most. It's Venom, and then you turn it on and you watch through that. Or they're like, hey, we're gonna watch this TV show. What are we gonna watch? Punisher. We're gonna watch The Punisher because I love anti-heroes because I'm a stepdad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey, what are we gonna play? Let's play a game. We're gonna all play together and watch. Oh, let's play Doom. We're gonna play Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and Doom: The Dark Ages, which are in fact stepdad games.
So I'm just a man with superior taste, is what you're telling me.
Think about the theming around all three of those. They're all very similar. You play like an anti-hero adjacent character.
Yeah.
Or watch
so
one.
Saying I play Rogue every time? Is that what you're telling me right now? I play Rogue.
No, you don't play a lot of Rogue.
I do like me some Rogues though. So it's just okay. So stepdadding is sort of doing the same sort of thing niched, and then doing it over and over again. Is that the vibe?
But it needs to be like it can't be. It's not like you're like a sommelier, right? You drink the best wines that are all like the best quality. They're just like all good or okay things. But they're your favorite. Like you've attached these things that are good or okay to yourself so strongly.
As you should, yeah.
Yeah.
Doom guy is my persona.
Look,
man.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a negative thing. I just think you give it off.
Okay. Next podcast, we're bringing everybody at our D&D table onto the podcast, and we're talking about how stepdads work and who the stepdad is in the group.
Because I didn't really think about this before I said it. This
is the topic now is who's the stepdad at your table in D&D?
Well, and everyone has to have one. There's always one there. It is just the selection though, I think. Like it's the life you live. And it's not a bad thing. Like when that stepdad comes in your life right when you need him, it's the best feeling, I have a stepdad.
The next one-off we play, I'm gonna play stepdad Eric. And he's going to be the best character I've ever made in my entire life. He may even carry over into campaign 4.
You know what is stepdad energy?
Give me a good example.
It's like whenever you go out on your 21st birthday and you say, "Hey, I'm getting drinks," and you come back with Dr. Pepper.
But no one would do that. No one would do that. That's crazy.
And that's what you did on your 21st birthday. You said, "I'm going out for drinks," and you came back with Dr. Pepper.
That's not entirely true, because I came back with some root beer as well. I think I also had some Pepsi. I wanted to get a nice variety.
Right. No, I remember your 21st birthday.
And I went hard. That's why people call them hard drinks. So I went hard on those drinks, and I drank a whole lot of them. I felt pretty good, man. It was good. I understand why people feel kind of like crap after they go on a night drinking out in the town.
No, right, because they get sugar blasted.
I like the term sugar blasted. So it was Warlock, yeah.
I mean, so I think that I know the Wizards has like invested in making a couple other games adjacent to like a Warlock. I don't know. I don't think they've announced any others yet, but I know Warlock itself looks pretty good. I think that the studio is doing a very good job on it. I just hope that they find success with it outside of people who know the name Dungeons and Dragons, because I think people might look at this thing not knowing what it is and see, oh, Warlock Dungeons and Dragons. Why is Dungeons and Dragons in the title and not just a logo? And then 2, is that just like Baldur's Gate? You know what I mean? Because you see Dungeons and Dragons, you think it's like Baldur's Gate, and Baldur's Gate's not for everybody. It's the reason it's not for everybody is if it's for everybody, it's for nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I guess my question at this point, we're talking about kind of them expanding and doing more beyond D&D, right? I think it sounds horrible. Do we want them to succeed in some of these endeavors? Because I don't know if I want them spending more energy outside of their niche, their canon.
No, I do.
Their flagship, which is D&D.
They don't
I don't want them to pull people away.
Look, I'm not gonna be down on their efforts or anything, but it can't be that taxing on them to make a 200-page book. You know what I mean? Like, it's great they put all that together, but they're spending money for a studio to make this. It's not like they're doing it themselves to write a book. They're spending money on a studio, giving them jobs to make this. I'm chill with that. I like that they're making things. And quite frankly, I like stories on the Sword Coast. I like stories that are in the D&D universe. I don't know where this one particularly takes place, and I haven't really looked. But I like stories that take place in a world I'm familiar with. So I'm cool with that. It's like if they came out with what's a franchise? If they came out with a really cool Percy Jackson video game, I'd be like, oh, I'm in for that. I love the Percy Jackson world. Oh man, if they made a cool Sonic the Hedgehog game finally, then I could be like, wow, I love that world.
I almost think about it in the same kind of nook though, where I love certain things, like Percy Jackson, a good example, right? I love the Percy Jackson series as the books, right? But I don't like the other things they've done with Percy Jackson. I'm sure they've made like phone games that are crap. They made the movies, which are crap. I think they made some sort of TV series, which I don't want to watch it because it's after what they did to the book series by putting several of the books into one movie and not making it good at all.
Yeah.
I just lost all faith in. I don't like when they do other stuff with games and then ruin it is the problem, which is hard because obviously I want you to try. I want you to take Doom and make something really cool out of it, on top of being awesome as it is. But I don't want you to ruin it and put into other people's minds that they shouldn't get it because it's like this or blah,
right.
blah, blah.
But my argument with that is that this is they're just using the setting, not like a story or like a combat system or anything, right? Like, they're just plopping a character down in the world and having her have an experience or like tell a story. Yeah. So that's a little bit different than poorly remaking what's written in a book. So
it's true.
I think based on what we've seen, they are doing the world justice. It seems like they understand what they're dealing with. And it was cool to see some interactions, like speaking to an imp like that we don't see a lot and say like at our table, and you didn't really see in Baldur's Gate, you just killed them. So yeah. I'm into the idea of exploring the worlds more. And if it is bad, this is just a third-party D&D project and nobody liked it. Cool. Write it off and don't do anything with it.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like it degrades names over time. You can only put out so many bad things. And for me, I really didn't enjoy Baldur's Gate, right? So, how many more D&D games am I going to play? I'm not just going to keep buying them because they got D&D's name on it.
Right, but there's still probably like 200,000 or 300,000 people actively playing Baldur's Gate right now only on Steam. So that one was a commercial success.
For some, no, and I'm glad people like it. I am. I worry about the name, and I know D&D's name has already kind of been dragged through the dirt. And of course, we've had an influx of people the last couple of years for various reasons, whether it be Stranger Things or other TV shows or games that have popped out. But I just worry. I don't want to push anybody else away from this game that I love so much. And that's
sure.
where my thoughts at. But of course, I'm being a little bit of a Debbie Downer, but Warlock looks very cool, and I will be trying it.
Yeah.
So I hope it's good. And
of course, you'll be trying it a year later on a sale.
Oh yeah, of course. Whatever it drops into my price range is approximately $10 or less. I'll play this game, and it'll be fantastic.
Well, the only way it's going to be $10 or less is if it's a commercial failure. So,
so I hope it fails so that I enjoy it,
so that you can play it and never get another one. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. I think we're on the right track here. You're picking me up. Seth.
Yeah, really good. I'm liking where we're going.
But yeah, new D&D game. I'm into it. Not a D&D game, but new things put out by the D&D universe. I'm into it. I'm excited to play this Warlock character. I don't know what their name is, but it's gonna be cool.
Well, thank you so much for listening to Table Talk Friday, where this episode we went over a lot of video game hype from the Gamescom Warlock trailer that we saw. Very cool. Hey, GTA 6 trailer came out today. Why don't you go over and watch that over on YouTube right after this? It was pretty cool. We'll talk about it in the post show. I'll tell you a little bit about it, which you can go to patreon.com/tabletalkfriday if you want to hear our conversation about that. But with that, I need the little imp in service to the Warlock to take me out.
Hey, it's the little imp in service here to that Warlock that you saw in the Warlock trailer about a Warlock, and you play that Warlock. So yeah, go check out that game, and if you play that game, come hang out with me. I'm like a cool little imp guy. Imps in D&D are notoriously strong, so don't mess with me. All right.